Hey, it's Ryan. In business, when things are not going good, you can feel broken, busted, and disgusted. And a lot of times, people today are giving advice on what to do, but you can also learn a lot from a person on what not to do. And over the years, I've been involved with a couple companies that have filed Chapter 7 and Chapter 11, and I want to bring you amazing value into this video, so you might want to get a notebook. I'm going to go kind of fast. I will cover traditional business and MLM, and these tips will save you. Let's kick it off with traditional business. Tip number one for traditional business is don't be afraid to hire smarter people than you. A lot of times these bosses get egos and they can't take it if there's somebody that has more expertise than them. But people such as Russell Simmons and Jay-Z, they swear by hiring people that are smarter than them because it forces you to level up, and it's definitely a lot better for your company. Tip number two is don't lose pulse of the business. A lot of times you have these bosses just sitting in the office watching cameras, but the problem with that is you're not down there mingling with people on the front lines, and you have to be down there to get a vibe of the company, to see what's going on. You want to find out what's good, and most importantly, you want to see what's going bad so you can fix the problem before it escalates out of control. And tip number three is you always have to realize that one type of motivation does not fit everybody. You have to find out what motivates your employees. Some people are motivated by money. Some people are motivated by titles. Some people like to be recognized for a job well done. But it's your job to get down there to find out what the hell is going on with the people. And tip number four is let the experts do the job, because a lot of times people will get hired. For example, I've seen salesmen get hired and they're told they have full run of a department. But then a couple weeks in, that person is answering to the secretary, they're answering to the accountant. So you're not going to expose your business until you learn to delegate certain tasks, and you can't be everywhere. You can't be the CEO, you can't be the janitor, you can't be the accountant. So you got to learn to live and let go. And one of these most important tips is don't assume that the customers will never leave you, because a lot of times in the process when you're recruiting a customer, you'll jump through hoops to get that person. You'll wine and dine them, you'll pull out all the stops, you'll give them the good price, you'll give them the service. But once a company gets that customer, they'll kind of take them for granted. And next thing you know, their products or services are arriving late. And you won't lose the customer right away usually, but that person starts looking for another person to provide their service or product. So always cherish your customers like gold and treat every situation like it's the beginning. And always one big tip for a traditional business, a lot of times the bosses, they'll get the company open, but then they'll take their foot off the gas way too early. And the best advice I could give you at the start of a business, it's like an airplane leaving the runway. That airplane has to get up to 200 miles an hour just to get off. But once it's in the air, then you can maybe coast for a little bit, but not too long. But in the beginning, you got to be going like hell to make sure that thing is cranking, because a lot of times you only get one opportunity and one chance, and you don't want to miss it. And my final tip for traditional business, and so many people, they lose track of this. A lot of times they have the talent in their own organization, but they're always outside too busy looking for the next great thing. So before you're out there looking for a next consultant, make sure you don't have the talent already in your own team. But don't get me wrong, it's always good to search for better people and the next person to take you to the top. But a lot of times what happens is these companies, they'll hire a real jackass. So that guy comes in and he messes up the whole company. And a lot of times your employees see this and you lose respect with your employees. And respect, once it's broken, it's very hard to get it back. So make sure you don't have any hidden gems in your company, because that person will leave and make somebody else's business explode. I hope I've given you amazing value for the traditional business. So let me flip it over to the MLM side real quick. And if you're not taking notes, you definitely want to do the replay or hit me up. I will definitely give you a copy of these my notes and my expertise over the years. For MLM, tip number one is don't ever get hung up on one person. You want to move with speed. You want to tell the person, tell me yes or tell me no, because I got to go. Because with MLM opportunities, a lot of times we always have this all-star cast in our head, and we think, oh, if so-and-so joined my team, then I'll be on my way to becoming a millionaire. But a lot of times that person doesn't come on right away, so you're knocking on the same door. And with MLM, once you get the belief in yourself, the product and the service, you're basically unstoppable, and you have a gift to offer people. And don't ever forget that. And tip number two for MLM, whoever's selling you a get-rich-quick scam, stay the hell away from that person, because it takes a while to build a network, and it's just like business. You're going to have to put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in there Do some people get rich quick? Yes, they do, but they usually have a built-in network already. So it's called network, not work marketing. And tip number 3 for MLM, it's what is the break-even point? Because a lot of times people ask you to join a company and they can't answer this. But in any business, you want to find out how many people you need on your team before you're breaking even. Because a lot of these MLM companies, they have amazing products. But what happens after a year, the customer is not retained because they're not making no money with their team. So you want to find out what the break-even point is, because you want people to come on your team and experience success quick. And the one thing you want to stay away from too in MLM is people that mock a job. A lot of times people will ask, "Oh, you still got that job?" and they call it just over broke. That person's a real jackass, because whoever takes on, or any W-2 employee that takes on an MLM opportunity, the tax write-offs alone are amazing. For example, you could take on the MLM opportunity and just having your auto ship every month, the tax breaks are amazing, but that's something you have to discuss with your accountant. And I hope I brought you amazing value. I got some expertise in traditional business and MLM, so I'll see you next time and have a great day.